Welcome back. We're still discussing youth advocacy for good governance. That takes me to the other question. So how can a youth organization participate in good local government?
Okay. I think there are so many, different types of youth organizations that we have. Like NGOs with different ideas and ideologies, people with different, we have faith-based NGO, they have their trust, they have what they want to achieve, what they believe is the vision that they have to carry out, whether with the youth or through the youth. And one of the way they can do, one of the things that they can do that, non-governmental youth organization can do is the issue of training. Is the issue of training where people can be given, they are exposed to information that will help them to sharpen their skills. Especially, I'm somebody that I feel the area of mindset is quite important. Because you can't do what you do. You don't do things ordinarily without thinking it. The way you view things, your perspective about life. For instance, we can even be asking for the youth also that we want them to be involved in governance and everything. How do they even see themselves? How do they see themselves? So I believe the youth organization can help them in the area of developing the right mindset. And when you're going into governance, your mindset matters. Why are you going? Is it also to be part of the problem by thinking that, okay, I'm going for the national cake? So I believe the youth organization can be able to help in shaping the way the youth perceive governance and the way they, perceive themselves. Training, giving them like seminars, like the issue of seminars, exposing them to how decisions are being made, in government and in politics. They are being exposed to certain. For instance, when I'm talking about the issue of mindset, it's key to me. I wouldn't know whether anybody of us in recent time came across something that went viral on the internet on the naming ceremony about, I believe, I don't know whether you saw it. Somebody was dedicating a new baby, and she said, please give me a pen. And he was praying and said, this pen, you'll be part of those people that will use this pen to rob Nigeria. You see, that's our mindset. That's our mindset. And you now see something has been sown into the... So imagine a child grows from such environment and develops. Even when you'll be fighting with one good governance, what are you also going to do when you get there? So I believe this is one of the things that the NGOs can do, youth organizations, to insist, instill in them the right mindset, so that the youth will be ready to be able to do the right thing so that they will not also continue the problem. Because the amazing thing is that, oftentimes it's easy for you to fight the people in authority until you get there. Until you get there. But I believe youth are...
It's only very easy for a spectator than a participator. That's only very easy. When you're watching boys, they were kicking this way. Oh, what are you doing? You're not in the field. Those in the field may not see the way you're seeing it, but you that is watching say, oh, why are you doing it? Kicking this way? Oh, nonsense. Those football.
Right. And at times...
Because they are not there. But if we are there, they will see it from a different perspective. Right. That even the way he's positioned is not enable him to kick that ball. Because if the way they train, if they kick, he may even either injure his ankle or waist and all that. So, but we watching here will just say, that's exactly what you're saying now. So some of these youth organizations will participate in good local government. It's also for them to be fully involved, like we just mentioned, in the rule of law, transparency, accountability, responsiveness, consensus, orientated equity, effectiveness, and efficiency. These are the way they can also involve these social organizations to help the youth to stand firmly. And then by teaching, as you said, a lot of lectures, and then youths themselves will also be ready to participate in those lectures. So that before you get there, you will have enough of information yourself. You are fully equipped to do the work you actually want to do. All right. So how then do you promote good governance?
Wow. How do we promote good governance, especially with the youth?
Youth, exactly.
Wow. And okay, please let me a little bit go to some of the things that you were saying, especially in the area of the youth coming in to be part of what is going on. And it starts from the community where you belong to as a young person. And let me say also that as a young person, it begins with you. If you're going to lead people, you must first be able to lead yourself. And I believe it begins with us.
Because you can't give what you don't have.
You can't give what you don't have. For instance, it's easier to criticize somebody who is not doing it well. When you get to the seat, when you face the pressure, will you also, are you sure you also will respond or react differently? So how to promote good governance, especially among young people? Number one, please let it begin with self-development, self-growth. Like what the wisdom that you just, that don't be a has been, but
be a will be.
It will be. That there must be that intention with our young people for personal development, mentally, socially, economically, learn skill. So that when you get there, you will also be able to, give what it takes for the betterment of our society. It begins with our community, like I said, in your neighborhood. Are you part of the solution to the problem? Are you, I know there are some, this is Lagos State now.
Of course.
I passed through some places yesterday and it was flooded. There was, we were talking about the community a couple of weeks ago, that there is this light issue. And somebody raised it, say, so does it mean that the landlords in this area can't do something? And when you look at the ages of those landlords, they are old men, they are already tired. But you see, youth can, there's a way they can come up and say, no, this is wrong. Okay, let's go to the electric authority people officer and do something about it. So that's one of the things that youth also can promote in your community. In your community, be part of the solution. Do something, organize yourself, bring yourself together to see how things can be better. I think it's better when we start from the local place and you are bringing influence, you are bringing change. People will begin to point fingers to you that, oh, this guy can represent us. Okay, why not go for councillorship? No, let's push you.
Begin from there.
Begin from there. And so it takes the participation. It takes your own participation. And number one, it talks about self-development. You can't give what you don't have. Talk is cheap. Talk, but when the chips are down, you will know whether you are ready or you are not ready.
Thank you so much. So, advocacy for legal framework, public awareness, these are things you do, as she mentioned before. Develop yourself, then also try to develop others around you. Let them feel your impact. They initially feel your impact in your locality. So when you come up, like she said, now you will have a lot of support because they know this guy is doing or this one is doing it. So you have to start from yourself, as a matter of fact. And so the same way to build or reform institutions, these are where we can really show that and promote good governance. We'll take a break now. Vivid View.
Say and do it. This is